I saved $400 while on this challenge. Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Sid, and I make videos about creating a life that I love to live. And right now, creating that life has to do with building healthy habits. So I'm doing a 75-day challenge that helps me do that. So the 75 Soft Challenge is where I am working out, reading at least 10 pages, eating well, and drinking a certain amount of water every day for 75 days. I'm drinking the standard 8 glasses of water a day. The challenge really says to drink 3 liters, but I've adjusted it to fit my needs. And I'm really excited that it's week 5, it's day 29, and I have made it this far, and I've proven to be really consistent with this, so I'm really happy about that. On day 30, I'll have some results and some progress and some more reflections to share, but I'm pretty much a month in, and I feel really happy about that. Happy day 30. Let's get into the results that I've experienced so far. And I have some notes to reference, and I want to focus on results and experiences from each category of the challenge. So for eating well, I have eaten well for 30 days. I have done what I consider to be eating well, which is eating more fruits, more veggies. If you've followed my channel for a while, you know that I've also been on a journey of reducing my processed added sugar consumption. I'm still doing that whether on this challenge or not, so that's still ongoing. And I feel like I've been doing well in this area. Like I have eaten well and eaten more mindfully for 30 days straight. Now the habit tracker that I use for this challenge does not show these results to be the same way, because I've set up the tracker to mark that I am eating well 3 times a day every day. And there have been days where I'm not eating 3 times a day. I'm eating twice a day because maybe I slept in and I only really had like brunch and dinner. So my habit tracker doesn't reflect this result, but it's fine. I know that I've been eating well for 30 days, and I don't mind that my tracker is set up that way. I could change it if I wanted. Like I set it up to be that way, but it's fine because I know the difference. Also, something I noticed with this is that I have lost 5 pounds, and I noticed this maybe like the first 2 or 3 weeks into this challenge. Weight loss is not a goal for me. Like I'm not monitoring whether I'm losing weight because I'm not trying to lose weight. But this is something I did want to check on in the early part of the challenge, because before I started this challenge, it was December, and December was like, we were barely cooking. It was so much takeout. Like I was eating out a lot, and I knew for January we were focused on having all of our meals at home. So I knew that would make a difference, and I just wanted to check in on like what kind of difference it was making. And the difference has been like I lost a few pounds. So that's interesting. I'm not continuing to lose weight or anything. I'm not trying to, but it's just been interesting to see what a difference no takeout can make for me in that area. Okay, so for reading 10 pages a day, another rule of the challenge, this has been my favorite part of the challenge because I have finished 2 books and I'm reading a 3rd. So I finished The Last Days of Jack Sparks. I was already reading that book before the challenge, but taking on the 75 Soft Challenge really helped me finally get through that book, and I really enjoyed it. And then I read White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson, and now I am reading Recursion by Blake Crouch. And I want to chat about that book a little bit more sometime this week because I have a little bit more to say about it, but we will get to that later. So I love that I'm getting back into my hobby of reading consistently, because reading is a long time hobby for me, but it's just something that I don't often have the time to do. So having this space where I'm like dedicated to reading a book, opening a book every single day, that's really helping me a lot. And especially because I own a lot of books and I have not read a lot of them, to be honest. Another part of this challenge is doing physical activity for 45 minutes every single day. I have done this too. I have been active every single day for 30 days straight, and I don't think there has ever been a time in my life where I have done that or even really needed to do that, but the time is now and I have done it. I do a lot of walking on this challenge. That is physical activity enough for me, I break it up a lot with yoga sessions or yoga exercises and stretching exercises. When I'm more in the mood, when it's a little warmer, when the weather is better, I'd love to get back out on my bike during this challenge. But honestly, being super active outdoors is not very appealing to me unless there are certain conditions, but hopefully those conditions will arrive soon. Now, the hardest part of this challenge for me has been drinking enough water. I have done every other part of this challenge for 30 days straight, except for this one. And I even modified the rules of the challenge to better meet what I felt like I could be consistent with, because the real rules are to drink 3 liters of water a day. And I was like, that's not gonna work for me. So I'm gonna do the standard 8 glasses of water a day. And even with that, I have not been able to do that every day. I've only been able to do that for 28 days of the challenge. And it's not like I'm drinking other stuff. Like, the only thing I'm drinking is water. It's the issue of drinking enough water. So as I continue with this challenge, I really wanna push myself with that, rethink my water drinking plan, really step it up in that area. But I would say my biggest win from this challenge so far has been I'm saving money. I saved $400 while on this challenge. We have had all of our meals at home, so that means the budget that we have for takeout, and yes, we do budget for takeout, was not being used. Another thing that we budget for is having dates every month, and we really didn't have any like traditional dates for the month of January. We had like a at-home movie night where we rented a movie to stream, but nothing that would really dip into the date budget that much. So with that happening to the date budget, with the takeout budget not being used, we saved hundreds of dollars. And yes, I budget for takeout. Yes, I budget for dates, because anything I want to experience in this life, I make a plan for it. And if that means make a budget for it, I will do it. I will set aside some money every month so that we can have experiences and conveniences that we want. That is what I feel like life should be about. It's also a perk of being debt-free, which I am, and living below or within your means. You can, afford some conveniences that you enjoy. So it's been interesting having a takeout free month. It's really cool to know that we are rolling money over into a new like savings category, or rolling it over into February, like finding something else to do with that money, saving it somewhere else. That's really nice. But I will say, I personally don't intend to have a takeout free February. The next 30 days, I don't intend to be takeout free. I haven't had Chipotle in a while. I haven't had a pizza. I would love the taste of just something else. I think you can still eat well while on this challenge and also have takeout. I just have to do some research and figure out how to do it, but I would love to have a meal that somebody else made. And I will say one of the biggest lessons I have taken away, or I should say I've been reminded of 30 days in on this challenge, is the fact that I can do challenging things and I can do what I set my mind to. And this is something I already know about myself. It's something that I already have confidence in about myself, but it's just nice to sometimes remind yourself again and be able to prove that to yourself again, and not waiting for life to make you prove it, not waiting for life to present to you hard things, but to be able to show yourself resiliency in your own way, to be able to show yourself, hey, I can do something that I have in mind in whatever way that means for you. So overall, I would say I've done pretty good. 30 days in, I'm happy with where I am. I do know I have some areas to work on, but I feel really good about things. Here are a few ideas to pass the time while on the treadmill. You can obviously read a book, listen to music, or listen to a podcast, which are things I do most often, but I've also found this is a good time to make any to-do list, like a grocery list, and to start drafting any emails you've been meaning to send. Let's have a little book chat. I'm pretty sure in week 4 I mentioned that this book, Recursion by Blake Crouch, was a little slow for me to get through in the beginning. I was not enjoying the pacing of the beginning. Reading White Smoke before this book was just such a quick experience for me. Like, I was really racing through that book, wanting to see what would come next in the book, and wanting to get to the end to see how things ended. So I kind of wanted a reading experience like that. When I picked up the next book, I wanted to just get into a good, fast moving story. But I will say, now that I am more than 25% done with this book, and I say 25% because I have been reading this book digitally. I prefer to read my books on the Libby app. I check books out from the library. Yes, even if I already own the book at home, I will check a book out digitally because I read faster that way. So I know progress wise, I am at least 25% done with the book. And being that far into the book, I can say that things are picking up. The book is about people who are experiencing memories that aren't theirs. And there's some science stuff involved with why these experiences are happening. If you like that kind of thing, you like sci-fi or are open to sci-fi and you haven't read this book yet, at the point I am now, I would suggest it. Like, I'm obviously going to keep checking in to see if I would say that when I finish the book, because sometimes you finish a book and you're like, I don't think I would tell somebody to read this. But the part that I am at now, like the reading experience that I've had so far, I would say pick this up, let's talk about this book. I'm interested in where it's going. Let me know in the comments if you've read this book or if you have any other book suggestions. I feel like I will probably get through this, not as quickly as I did White Smoke, but still relatively quickly, and will need to be ready to know what my next book is gonna be when I'm done. Okay, you guys, for the first time this year, we were like, let's get some takeout. It's a new month. We don't have to focus as much about eating at home if we don't want to, because that was really a goal for January mostly. So it's the first weekend of February. We were like, let's pick up some Indian food, which we always have a great experience with. But this time, I always get saag paneer, which I did again. This is like a spinach dish, so this is all veggie based. So I feel like I'm gonna count this as eating well for dinner today. However, they forgot my rice, and we didn't realize it until we got home, which I know, yes, check the bag, whatever. We have just never had an experience like this before with this restaurant. So they forgot my rice, which meant we had to come home, and Seth made me some rice in the rice cooker, but that means I have to wait even longer to eat. I'm a little annoyed because it's already late in the evening. I'm ready to eat. The whole thing about takeout is the convenience of just having your food when it's ready, like someone else making it. However, we're making part of the dinner tonight. The convenience isn't fully met because we still have to do some prep work. I feel like this is a sign. Like we had a super chatty video for this week, and that's because I really wanted to focus on checking in and sharing results. So those 30-day results that I shared earlier in the week, and also a check-in on how I'm feeling about the book that I'm reading right now. So I hope you enjoyed the chit chat. And real quick, I want to share a few items that we got from the grocery store that we will be eating on this upcoming week, or you might see in next week's video. So we always like to have some fresh fruit around, and we go through like blueberries and strawberries pretty much weekly at this point. We wash them in like a vinegar water solution, dry them out really well, and store them in a container where there is a paper towel at the bottom just to catch any excess moisture. And every couple of days, or just check on your container, because you might need to change the paper towel out because you don't want things getting too wet in there. It can just grow mold. And we do the same thing for strawberries, the same washing method, dry them off, cut the tops off, and store them in a container like this. So this is really helpful to have on hand when like if we're making oatmeal and we want to put fruit in the oatmeal. Lately I've been eating toasted bagels with cream cheese, so it's nice to have some fruit to just add that to this breakfast, like have a side of fruit with a breakfast like this. We have a new-ish local bagel shop in the area of the state that I live in, and I've had bagels from there before and I really enjoyed them. And I've never bought like a dozen or like a batch of bagels from there, but I'm thinking next time I really should, because going back to the store brand bagels after having like locally made fresh bagels is just not hitting the same. So I will make do with what I have right now, but in the future. Also, if you're curious about what is on my face, I am wearing reusable eye masks from the Deux, It's a brand that I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but it's a brand that I have been wanting to try for a while, and Seth got me these for Christmas, and I'm really happy to have a more sustainable eye mask option. You use whatever kind of serum or treatment that you want as part of your skincare routine under these, and you put these on top. These are medical grade silicone. You can wash them, dry them off, and reuse them. So I just took my nighttime shower not too long ago, so that's why I am rocking these right now. But on to the groceries. Another thing we picked up is some Activia for me. I am really trying to be mindful about consuming or having more probiotics as a part of my diet, and this has been a way for like a couple of months now where I have been trying to do that. I don't eat these as consistently. A pharmacist once mentioned, I think twice a week at least to start off. I don't do it as consistently, but this is something I definitely want to incorporate more in my diet. Another thing are some quick, easy to grab salad kits. Not even a salad kit, just a salad from Trader Joe's. I've been getting these for like a few weeks in a row now. They're really easy, especially in days where, or on days where I am just having meeting after meeting after meeting, and it's like I can't spend a lot of time at the stove or something making lunch. Like I just need to grab something from the fridge and get back to my computer. This is great for that. We did get a couple of salad kits though, just so we can have a side for some of the dinners we have planned for this upcoming week, where we just need like a fresher green to go with, but also something easy to make, especially because evenings can get really busy for us. We don't have as much time, so salad kit it is. And sometimes when we can't be bothered with brainstorming like what to have for dinner, we're just so fatigued from figuring that out, breakfast for dinner is always a go-to option for us. So we got this bacon from Trader Joe's. If you have ever tried this, please let me know, because this is new for us. We have never tried this. We haven't opened it yet. It is uncured Black Forest bacon, dry rubbed bacon. I don't even know what this tastes like, but we're gonna try it out. Got some hash browns, so this should be easy to make. And I mean, we have plenty of eggs, like we have flour, like we can make pancakes. We'll find something breakfasty to put with this kind of stuff. And also some pasta sauces. I love this brand of pasta sauce. I don't do jarred Alfredo. Like I will make a white sauce from scratch every time. I'll make red sauce too, but because I know I like this brand so much, I won't do it as often because I know there's something on the shelf that will do the convenience for me. So got a couple more of these. Also some ciabatta bread so that we can snack on with burrata. We have some burrata. We have some like balsamic fig glaze type thing. We like to snack on cheese a lot, so it's nice to have some bread to have with that. And we also have like crackers. Let me show you the crackers we have. This cracker assortment from Trader Joe's, I would highly recommend. It is so good for snacking. We eat through this like in a week, so we have to get like a new box every week because it's so good. It's also really good for if you're hosting. This has a variety of flavors that I think would be very pleasing for a crowd. I've never hosted using these, but I have made like cheese boards, charcuterie type boards for us using these crackers. We also got a flat of Propel so that we can have electrolyte water because we're being more active. I mean, we're being active every day, so it's nice to have this. This does count toward my water drinking goal because I say it does. It is water. I don't drink these that often, but it is really helpful to have, especially when I'm like in the routine of riding my bike. I need the electrolyte water. And that's pretty much all the new stuff that came from the store. If you've been following my journey with this challenge, you already know that I meal plan based on what we have at home first. So there's a lot of groceries that we already have that we're just building off of to have fresh things for the week and just to be able to complete meals for the week. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.